Hey everybody, this is Pug Weasel, and doing another Preppers You Have It Wrong series video. This video is a bit tongue-in-cheek, but it also could end up being relevant. These are definitions that I've literally made up myself. I'm going to get right into them instead of trying to explain them. I'm just going to read them, and then you can make comments based on whatever you think, and I know how that works. Okay? Prepper hawk. Name for a prepper who was either attacked or realizes that his house isn't fortified enough and leaves his house and supplies behind. He then decides that raiding other preppers is the best way to survive instead of trying to transport thousands of pounds of food and ammo. Prepper serf. Every prepper thinks that those of us who don't prep are unworthy. A prepper serf is someone who has been taken in by a prepper and is at that prepper's mercy. A prepper serf is going to work for food and for a corner of the couch or floor to sleep on. Obviously, you're not going to make your wife, your children, or other prepper partners sleep on the floor when you have a prepper serf, someone who hadn't prepped and now needs your help. Prepper partner, which I just mentioned in the last definition, is someone you have made a deal with to work together after SHTF or WROL, and you are working together in the post-apocalyptic world. Raiders, non-preppers who raid preppers. These are those people preppers are the most afraid of, otherwise known as goblins and whatever other name you may have for them. But these are desperate acting people who have come together to get whatever they can and aren't, they won't be as organized or have the armaments as, say, a prepper hawk. Half preppers. I think you'll like this one. A half prepper is a play on the words of half stepper. Half preppers may collect food and supplies, maybe guns and ammo, but haven't as much as gone camping and or doesn't train with their guns. In other words, they don't go to the range, they just have those guns because they know they're going to need them, but they haven't bothered to train with them. Another scenario might be has a lot of guns and ammo and maybe trains with them, but doesn't save food, or doesn't have any idea about how to deal with sterilizing water or dealing with first aid situations. I would include someone who has a steadfast narrative about how things are going to happen after the big crisis or the apocalyptic type event, and won't even consider any other contingency. So that person who just knows for sure that the poor people from the inner city are going to come out and get the food, and they're not worried about their neighbors who are going to start starving and come get their food. That's just an example, but you get my meaning. Post-catastrophe leader. Person or council that is governing a group or a vicinity during the shit hit the fan situation or after that. This person or council may have established rules and authority that you as a prepper may not adhere to or may cause you to need to bug out. Prepper catastrophe leader. Political prepper. This is a prepper that doesn't have a theory about how society will end. They just know that one of the political parties or those that disagree with their views is causing the end of the world. In other words, they don't like, say, this president, or maybe they're liberal preppers and they don't especially care for what the Republican Party is doing, and it makes them worried that the end of the world's coming, so they're prepping because they just know that somebody's going to screw up society. Prepper guru. A person who is a prepper and has covered all the necessary areas. They speak wisely on the subject and have a reasonable amount of info about prepping. And I'm sure all of you guys out there on YouTube have someone that you go and you listen to as far as their videos to get information because you really see them as somebody who really knows what's going on. Prepper guru. Unintentional preppers. A person whose lifestyle automatically makes them a prepper. For instance, my dad loves to get great deals, and because of that, and at his age, he is out there. He has way more food than he could ever eat, and he is a prepper and he doesn't know it. And I think that's an interesting kind of situation out there where there are people who they just get whatever deals they can get, or they have a lot of food because whenever they get a good price, they buy it, and so they have more food than they need. Prepper collective, or I'm sorry, unintended prepper collective. An unintended prepper collective is a group of people who haven't prepped, but after shit hits the fan, that group of people decide to stick together and pool resources. So someone might say, "Hey, you bring your guns, and you know, this other guy, you bring your pantry full of cans and dry goods, and I have a brick house, which is going to be much better at stopping bullets than, say, the average newly built house, and we'll all try to hold up there and make it together." So unintended prepper collective. They're not actually planning on anything, but after WORL, they end up getting together to try to survive. Thorn in a prepper's side. That's a non-prepper who studies preppers and makes videos critiquing prepping, i.e. me. So that's my prepper definitions video. This is Pugweasel. Think about it.